Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of the EVE Online 30-Day Challenge. So, in the last episode, we were learning a bit about planetary interaction, and we successfully got some extraction going, and we've got it going to our space dock. Don't know what we're doing after that, and we're going to find out. So, I've had Paladin helping me out, and thank you, Paladin, for that. Let me bring everybody on right here. Hello, Paladin, I'm back. And everybody else?
Hello, Marcus.
Oh, hello, Brian. How are you? Mr. I know how to make money all kinds of ways.
I have heard that at the train station. I was watching the live stream.
Yeah. So
it's unbelievable. It's running very smoothly on a mobile device, I must say.
yeah,
good.
Actually, that is one really neat thing about being a partner now is you can select resolutions on a mobile device. And so, you can, because it's like 160p or 160. It's really crappy whenever you're not a partner. But I noticed that on my tablet, I was able to run 720, and it looks really, really nice. So,
yep.
yeah. Okay, so Paladin, shall we pick up where we left off?
Okay, so now that you have the stuff going to the launch pad, you're going to want to process it. So go over to the processors.
Okay. Looks like I got three options there. Advanced, basic, and high tech.
Just go with the basic.
Yeah, probably can't go with more than that. Okay.
Because this is just raw stuff. You want to just process it. The raw stuff is basically, I think, what they call it, P0, and then P1 is the next step. So you can drop it nearby so that it doesn't have such a long chain, but not too close so that you can actually see the links and then interact with them.
And nearby the space dock, or?
Yeah, the space dock, because that's basically going to be your hub.
Okay.
Using the space dock as the storage is the most, I guess you could say, power grid and CPU efficient way for especially someone with the slow skills like you have. When you upgrade the command center upgrades and other things, you'll have more CPU and power grid.
Okay.
So go ahead and submit that and then make a link between the two. And
I'm over now on both power and CPU. So, and then a link between the two. Should I make the link from the processor to the space dock, or does it matter which way?
Either way.
Okay, so and then control, click.
If it were actually over, you wouldn't be able to put it down, though.
Well, now it's right at. Now that I've done it, I don't know. The line was definitely over the little tick that's up there. So I can't say I understand what's going on. I'm just trying it. So okay, and I'll submit that. Okay, I now have a link between the two.
Submit.
Okay.
And you're going to want to make a route from the space dock for your carbon to go to the processor.
Okay, so here's the route stuff. And, okay, create route, and then there's the destination. Create route. While the Teamsters Union applauds your support, ground control advises you against, and it went too fast. What about us slow readers? Come on. Okay, so I'm going to try that again, I guess. Advise you against wasting precious time and money routing empty trucks between your facilities.
You still have to create. You have to figure out what you're gonna or make up the processing. Click on the processor.
Okay. It's producing nothing at the moment.
Yeah, so you want to produce something. So go to schematics.
Okay.
And I don't remember what all you can make of the carbon, so let's see what it says.
Well, it's got a lot of stuff here, starting with like bacteria.
Biofuel.
Biofuels.
Okay. Well, for this example, that's fine. So,
You should make livestock, like cows, and then you can have barbecue.
Yeah, it's amazing you can make cows out of this.
I can make cows. I don't see any cows. But I'll just stick with biofuels. And then I just install that.
Yeah.
Okay. It is installed. And now it says no routes. Or
Now you
not
wanna
routed.
make the route.
Okay. Create route. And then here's the destination. And look at that. Okay. The truckers are now happy.
So you're extracting raw carbon from the heads to the unit itself, which then takes it to the storage, and then the storage, you want to make sure you have I can't tell if the line is going to the processor or not.
So I have 33.9 out of, well, it's not going to, well, it's going to the, let's see here. How do I get off of that stuff?
Yeah, you want to make sure you have the carbon going to the processor itself, and then once
To
you
the
have
processor.
the
Okay.
biofuels will then be routed back to the launch pad.
Oh, jeez Christ. Okay, so there is no, the dots are not moving in between. So should I create a route here between?
Well, no, you can see the routes going from the processor to the pad, so that's fine. You want to have your carbon going to the processor.
Going to the processor. Okay. So
Yeah,
the
so
carbon, the carbon only says it's incoming right now, and so maybe I can create another route, and then here, create
Click
that
on
route.
the
Submit.
another way.
There we go.
Is
it's going
click
both
on
ways now.
click on that box, the storage thing as well. Another way you can do it.
Okay, I got it done. We're going both ways now.
Yep.
Okay.
So now you're creating biofuels,
Okay. Sounds lovely.
which is just one of the many components needed to make one of the other components.
Oh shit, somebody's here targeting me. Fuck.
Well, they're not at war with you, so
They're in a rifter.
if they shoot at you, they're going to be destroyed.
Yeah, they're shooting me with fireworks. Okay. So, anyway, okay. So now, let me ask to manage this. Now, can I go to like the space station that's in this sector and still manage this stuff?
Yes.
You can manage it as long as you have the appropriate distance skills for the PI.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
And yes, we do know we don't have to be in space to do this part. I just brought him here just to show him the customs office.
Mm-hmm.
So when this is done, it'll go to your launch pad, and then you can launch it from launch pad to the customs office, and you can pick it up.
Oh, okay. Then I just come out to the customs office and get it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll be charged tax.
Okay.
But if I remember it right, you need to be in space to launch stuff back to the custom office.
Yeah.
You need to be in the system that has planet.
Yeah.
Ink, you're really faint and sound like maybe you have your microphone in your mouth.
Damn it.
Damn it. He just bought a new headset. It unfortunately is not got high clarity to it.
I'm gonna need to buy one myself. Seems like for every $10 or $20 I spend on a headset, it'll last maybe 3 months. So
Mm-hmm.
It probably just has to mess with the input and the boost and all that. Probably select a different quality within the properties.
Okay, so now that I'm in here, was there anything else that I needed to do with that? Did I?
you just sit and wait. Normally, you're not going to really make a lot of money from just having the P1 products. You're going to want to at least take it to P2, P3,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, then you're going to have to make extract other things. For example, if you wanted to just, let's see, we're doing, for example, so we're extracting carbon compounds looking at my old plan here, and you would get biofuels. If you were to extract noble metals to make precious metals, and then you put the biofuels and the precious metals together, you could make biocells.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be done in an advanced industry facility.
Right. And then, of course, that would pay more.
And it would be better if you were to do this in low sec or null sec.
Okay.
Especially if your corp controls the customs office.
Okay. So out there, the corporations can actually control the customs office.
Yeah, but by default, you would have the interbus customs offices, and then your corporation would have to go and destroy it and then place their own.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that in the high sec.
Okay.
Well, you can try, but you will get concorded.
So, just looking at an order here, guys. Pesky orders. Well, they're not pesky, but you know what I mean. It's hard to dual task. So,
Have you tried the exploration stuff yet, Markee?
I have not. Is that really cool looking now?
Yeah, they've made some good changes to it.
The good changes is it's more interesting. The bad changes is everyone's doing it.
Yeah. So, with
Someone linked a page for that you could also bookmark if you wanted to get into PI.
okay.
It might be worth upgrading your command center and adding a few more heads to extract a bit more raw material a bit quicker.
That link is pretty much what you could find in the Eve Planetary Planner program as well.
Oh, that same program you were talking about?
Yeah, the guy who makes it updates through Google something. I don't remember what it's called.
Docs.
Yeah, I think it's Google Docs.
Okay, well... yeah, so with exploration, if everybody's out doing it, does that make a lot more competition and you can't make as much money?
Yeah, I mean, you can get lucky if you go to like quiet systems, dead end systems a lot of times, where people don't necessarily pass through. Probably in Minotaur space should be okay. At least last time I was up there, it was dead.
Yeah. Maybe that's not the word to use for me out there. Dead. So,
You can find a 0.5 system. I don't. If you were in Galante space, I would tell you one place to go that was kind of out of the way in my early days when I was mining. But you could also just browse your map and see if there are any 0.5 systems around that seem to be off of the normal traffic paths.
mm-hmm.
Well, you can do good, and like I've gotten 4 of 10 in a 0.7 system before, where I made 160 million hits.
And that is the thing about like exploration. You just gotta keep roaming around and spending time looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's time consuming, but it can be really profitable. And I do it mostly in an assault frigate or a battle cruiser.
Well,
Not counting the probing ship.
I think that I'm not really going to be probably not going to be getting into that in the next couple of days. So,
Well, if you need someone to, yeah, if you needed someone to walk you through it, I'd volunteer to help you out, figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, show info. How do I look at my... Okay, so I'm looking at the planet now, here, Paladin. How do I look at my stuff that's on the planet from while being docked?
Well, you should go to the scan
Oh, the scan, okay.
if you want to take a look at the different resources.
Mm-hmm. But
If you want to look at your command center, it
yes.
should automatically go to the command center when you click on it.
Well, did you pull it up from science and research or whatever?
Well, he's already got the view open. It should, when he clicks on the command center, the temporate command center, it should just spin it around to him.
Well, I think it does if he pulls it up from the science and research. If he just pulls the planet up, I don't think it auto zooms in.
okay.
I think you have to be on dock to do any PI.
Well,
You know,
science and
Let me
research.
see what it does with
planets.
mine.
yeah.
And okay, so science and research. Is that where do I get to that?
Should be under business. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you do it. I found it.
Science and
Go to-
industry.
Yeah,
Well,
science
if you're
and
on
industry.
if you're on the planet view there, you just click the little up arrow button that's next to the close button. It'll take you right to it.
I found it.
Click on
Science and industry
select.
is a really nice interface for it. It shows me where
Yeah,
my
it's
installations
doing
are and
great.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I had multiple, I could just go to all of them from here, which would be very, very nice instead of having to try and remember where everything is.
Yeah,
So-
that's the best way to do it. And it'll tell you how many installations you got on the planet as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of the times what I'll do when I do the PI is I set up like a whole bunch of planets just for mining the resources and processing the raw material into the first stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have another planet set up where I do the advanced manufacturing. And then what I'll do is, because that second planet will have more installations. And I'm pretty forgetful. So I'll pull that up and I'm like, okay, so that's the one where I do all the processing. Then I'll go to the other planet to pick it up and then transport it.
Something you might also want to do when setting up a place is right-click the planet and show other characters' network. So you don't want to be putting your stuff right in the same spot as someone else, because
Oh.
then that resource is just going to get drained faster.
Right. Okay, so I just told it to show other characters' resources. Nobody else here is doing anything, or they're doing it someplace else.
Yeah, you click on when it brings up. When you right-click and show that, it only shows the command center. Then you got to click on the command center. It'll show that command center's network.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not seeing anything here of anybody's.
Yeah, well, you got to go a little slower and zoom in because they're small.
Oh. Well, okay.
It's go back to your command center. Click the up arrow icon next to close button.
Up arrow icon next to close button on what menu?
When if you want to close the planetary interaction view, remember the little red X there?
Yeah, and go to the up arrow. Okay, there we go. Okay. So,
Click that and it'll automatically go right to your command center.
okay, I am there now, and but I don't see. I don't see anything else here.
See, when as compared to your command center, their command centers will be even smaller. It'll be a smaller dot and it'll be faint.
Okay. Well, so
I can't even see it with spinning around like that.
yeah.
There's probably something there. You just got to zoom in more
Okay. Well, I'm fully zoomed in now.
and move around the planet slower, and you'll probably find something. There's just so many people that do PI. Doesn't look like there's anything around you.
Mm-hmm.
I see on my old one, there's someone just like, maybe a couple 100 kilometers from me.
Might just not be a very popular planet.
Yeah.
But the resources will fill back up over time. They in low sec, null sec, they'll have more resources and they might last a little longer. And then high sec, they'll, it's like, I think they described it as being like digging a hole in dirt until eventually it's all gone, and then eventually it'll fill back up over time.
Mm-hmm. Now, so the resources get dried up or whatever. Do I leave all my facilities here, and do I just come back in a couple of weeks to see if it's replenished, or what do I do with that?
Well, if you click on your extractor control unit and you bring up that graph, you can see how much it's going to be extracting over time. And since you only set it for like an hour or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be varied as much. But if you set it for a few days, you'll see how it has that spike and then it levels off. And some people, what they'll do is they'll come back after, they'll set it maybe for 7 days, and then they'll come back after a couple days, check it, and maybe move their extractor heads around and readjust things.
Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, you said I could mine everything that was right here, or get it down to where it wasn't worth trying to extract anything. Is that right?
Eventually, it'll probably start going into the colder colors.
Okay. And so when that happens, you said it replenishes itself over time. So do I just stop my facilities from working for a while?
Well, you could, or you can. There might be other hotspots you could send your heads out to,
Okay.
depending on what
Or
the.
do I pick up my whole installation and move someplace else?
You can't.
You can't.
Once it's down, it's down.
Okay.
You
So
have to destroy it and start over.
okay. And so it's worth it to leave it there and maybe come back in a few weeks and see, whether or not I should, start operations again.
Yeah, you leave your command center there, but you can destroy the head and move that around, and then as you can see, your extractor heads can go out a distance and still reach out and grab some stuff as long as it's in range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I think I have just enough overview to know that I'd probably find this to be extremely boring.
Well, it is passive. You set
Yeah.
it up,
Mhm.
and then you could do other things.
Mm-hmm. Now, you also talked about the fact of that you could overflow your storage units or something like that, and you would lose that material.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the amount that your heads are bringing into your storage facility does not exceed that storage facility's capacity.
Mm-hmm. And now I have some extra storage. There's a storage facility thing here which I haven't used.
Yeah, that costs. It may have a little bit more storage,
Mhm.
but it costs more in CPU power grid.
Right. Okay. So, and according to this, it says that I'll go over my power and CPU. So I'm nowhere near being full, or worrying about being full on this current setup. But just kind of wanted to look
Yeah,
at
you
that
only
there.
have one head, and it's only bringing in a few thousand cubic meters per hour.
Mm-hmm. So when it's done, let's see here. Is it well, okay, so my launch pad says that it's not using any of its storage.
Yeah, it hasn't completed a cycle yet.
Okay.
See, what happens is the raw carbon will go into the storage facility, and you've routed it to go to your processor, and your processor then has to turn it into the biofuels, which then goes back to the storage facility.
Mm-hmm. And then once the stuff is done, I come out here with my ship and I'm able to just pick it up and put it in my inventory, or I do that at the customs dock.
Yeah, you launch it to the customs office, and then you can go and pick it up from the hangar.
Mm-hmm. And then I just go sell it, and I've made some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that, Ink?
The launch is instant, just in case you might be wondering.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like people are, they've said from the beginning they want to. This is just, the beginnings iteration, in the combination of dust as well. They want to be able to have, for like in low-sec or whatever, dust bunnies be able to attack your installations.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah, the goal for that is to say there's a good planet with some good resources, but someone has their, set up on the best spot on the planet. Well, then you could hire the dust mercenaries to go to that place and capture it for you. Is the eventual plan.
And then you'll have some warfare going on for your facilities, and you may have to start providing protection.
Exactly.
But
that's one of those CCP soon TM features.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And that got me thinking, I actually been talking to CCP a little bit today about whether or not it might be good to cover dust a bit, kind of like we've done with this. Maybe not such an extensive challenge, because I don't think it's such an extensive game, but whether or not we could spend some time in dust and see what it's like.
Well, the problem is it's PS3 only. So.
I actually have. I don't own a PS3. If somebody wants to send me one, then it'll happen.
CCP might.
Maybe. Then I'll take a look at it, and I do have all of the equipment and everything to record a PS3. So, but then you guys will get to see me on camera sitting out in my living room with my feet up and playing. That'd be such a shame, wouldn't it? Yeah.
How do you stream from a PS3? I've been trying to figure that out because I have one.
Oh, I have hardware in my computer to do it. Then there's certain boxes that you can buy that are 100 to 200, 300 bucks that'll do it for you too. So,
In case you were wondering what the end result of all this is.
yes, what is the end result?
Yeah. There are certain things like POS modules and stuff that require these things. So maybe a broadcast node is needed in a certain POS production. So that's mainly what a lot of this stuff is for the construction of large items.
Some of it is used to make fuel for the POSes, some of it for ships.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think someone said this before. It's like CCP's intent is to basically get everything that is in the game to be created by the players.
Which I think is awesome. There's no other game that does that.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff used to be NPC sold only.
I mean, I shouldn't say no other game does that, because there are a couple of others that are on that same path. But even CCP has not achieved 100%, player created yet. So.
Well, they probably never will, because they're probably always going to see skill books at a minimum, and then the rookie equipment, because they don't want players controlling that, because then they could charge more for it, and then a noob coming in wouldn't be able to afford to buy even the basic skill books or.
Yeah.
They could control that just by having a large supply of those, skill books.
You could consider, though, that CCP could be considered the government, and that it's a government entity that is providing certain resources, and that could make it a whole self-sufficient world. That if in fact that there's not enough commerce happening, and so the government is not getting enough revenue, that some of the nicety features start going away, so.
Well, CCP has interceded in the market before. In fact, at FanFest, they had a presentation because, about 6-7 months ago, Plex prices went through the roof. Like, I'm talking 700 million of Plex.
Mm-hmm.
And CCP, the economist, actually interceded with Plexes that they have obtained from banning RM tiers. So
How funny.
They have a big stock of Plexes, from the way he was saying, like tens of thousands of just from accounts of RM tiers that had been banned. So what they did is they then seeded the market with those Plexes at a much lower price than what the people jacking the prices up were charging, and that in turn drove down the price of Plexes again.
Wow. That's what happens with our economy here. They make adjustments all the time, and inject more cash into the system, which is all they seem to be doing. They never take it out. But yeah, okay.
Well, that's the thing with Eve is money gets taken out because people spend the money on a ship gets blown up, that money is gone.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it just changed to extracting nothing. It must have finished.
Yep, your cycle's complete.
Okay, and so now I have to wait for this to be done?
Yeah, you have to wait for the processor to be done, and then it'll transport it back to the spaceport.
Sweet, 5.5 minutes.
To the spaceport.
I didn't set a route to the spaceport? Huh?
No, did you?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, once that's done, it'll appear in the spaceport.
Okay, so look at that. I got part of it done. And another 5 minutes, and it looks like the rest of it will be done.
If you scan the planet, and let's see, if you find, I don't remember what there was on it, just click the scan button and see if there are noble metals on that planet.
I don't see anything that says that.
No? Let's see, what else can you make?
Well, I'm not looking to make anything else right now. I just want to complete this cycle and see how much money is actually... I mean, I just want to see, at least one ISK back. Something to make it worth my time.
Well, my friend who does this, he has the full setup with, the max planets you can get, and he makes about 20 million ISK a day.
That's nothing. 20 million ISK a day?
Yeah,
20 million is like a level 4 mission.
You add that up. I mean, he does it for once you get it set up, he only does it for 30 minutes a day.
Oh
and
my
that
goodness.
20 million ISK a day will pay for his Plex each month, or very close to it.
Yeah, I hate to say it though, that just from what I have learned, that is a very low amount of ISK for his time. If you're trying
30 minutes?
Yes. Because we've proven that we can make 150, 200 million in an hour with a brand new character.
I've heard higher than that from Planetary Interaction.
Well, yeah, my friend is very noobish, and he's just doing basic stuff. But 150 million an hour with a new character, how?
Faction warfare. So
yeah, a lot of people won't do faction warfare because it's straight up PvP.
Well, but see, that's the beauty of it. If they don't like PvP, they wouldn't enjoy it, and so it's not a good way to make money if you don't enjoy it. But you make an alt, and Brian was able to prove with a 2-day-old character that he was able to make over 200 million an hour. And
doing what? Just running the missions for him? Or?
Not the missions, but actually capturing points of contention. And and then getting the loyalty points, and then buying things with the loyalty points, and then selling those things on the market.
Yeah, when I used a Plex to open up this character again, I found Stabber, Fleet Issue, still left over from our Minmatar farming days, and I put that up I think 3 days ago for 60 million, and it sold. So I mean, that maybe cost you what if you waited for the level 4 time to come. I think it only costs you, what, 15 million if I remember right. That's a lot of profit there.
Yeah, my friend refuses to do the faction warfare because he's a straight up Care Bear. But I tried doing the faction warfare myself before they made the changes in the last expansion. I wasn't making jack diddly doing it because every time I went into one of those sites, one of the Galente guys would show up and start shooting me. So.
Well, that's all part of it. I mean, that's faction warfare. And I can tell you that I have sucked at it because I've been stream sniped so much. But I think that I think that I could have made a hell of a lot more if I was doing it offline. And eventually I will. I'll get in there and do a few hours offline. Record a few more episodes while not being on streaming, and I think I'll be able to prove that I'm a lot more successful. So Rackpote, you're asking about how can a new character do this with minimal trained skills. Well, we'll have to show you. I have several days worth that we spent on that, and in a nutshell, you just outfit the best little frigate you can, and you go out and you take on the opposing team's sectors, capture the stuff, the points of contention, and if you capture one, it'll pay for like 5 of your ships, and so if you die 3 times trying, you're okay. So it pays really, really good. In fact, it pays good enough that I'm waiting for CCP to nerf it.
Well, they
It's been
did
like that
nerf
for a
it.
long time.
Well, no, they actually nerfed it, the expansion before this last one. I think it was either that one or the one before, because before, you could do it in, like we were doing in stealth bombers. We were doing the level 4s in stealth bombers and capturing sites and whatnot. And, you could make stupid amounts of this, but then they nerfed it because it was like throwing the economy out of bounds.
You didn't even do it the absolute best way is when you were to buy it when everyone dumped their LP and made it level 4. That's the absolute best way to make your money.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, they don't do that anymore.
No, they do. I think they are doing that. Well, anyway. So let's take a look back at my thing here is done, and so I have 7.6 units here in storage, and so do I then just hit launch?
Yeah, go to the launch pad.
Okay, I'm on the launch pad.
And then you see the small rocket missile or whatever.
Okay, launch. And you are unable to establish communication relay between this spaceport and the
You're in the
planet.
station.
And,
You're in the.
Oh, so I gotta go to the customs office then?
You have to be
No,
at least
just-
in space in the system.
Okay, I can do that.
yeah, just click on the undock right there. You don't even have to close the map. Just do undock.
Oh, but do I want to do that without knowing what's out there?
Oh yeah. I
Look at
forget
local.
your war.
Oh, and don't I have to go to the customs office to pick the stuff up?
Well,
Once,
if you do the launch option, it'll actually launch a jet can in space.
Well, no, you can transfer it to the customs office.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to go pick up my stuff and put it in my ship. So I assume I need to fly to the planet. Would that be correct?
You need to fly to the customs office.
To the customs office. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So let's see here. I'm gonna bring up my thing here. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll head out here. Let's see. Red flashing skull. Pilot is a criminal. Okay.
You don't have to worry about that in high sec.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm warping out there. And I get to fly right through the station. Set collision course. Aye, aye, Captain. Make it so, number one. Nice. Yeah, I know. A little bit Star Trek geekery there.
But it's funny at least.
Yes. Yeah, a friend of mine on Facebook posted this morning that they got these new touch screens in their conference room, and when you touch them, they make little computer noises when you're doing something on it, and it's some control systems. And he walks up to it and says, "Tea, Earl Grey hot," which, of course, was Captain Picard's thing that he always said. And no one here is laughing. Damn. Yeah. Okay, so I'm
It
at
used
the...
to be a UI, like the LCAR's UI you could put on your computer.
So go ahead and open up the deal there, the customs office.
The customs... Oh, go ahead and... Okay, so can I do this from the customs office?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. There we go. 20 biofuels.
There you go. And then you drag it from the one on the right to the left.
Okay. Or I select it and then hit transfer. Please select one or more containers to transfer. Is that transfer?
Yeah,
No, you need to open.
Drag it over.
You need to open your cargo, your ship cargo, and then you drag and drop the biofuel from the application into your cargo.
Well, it's at the launch pad. He has to drag it from the launch pad to the customs office.
Yeah, I need
And
to
transfer.
I need to launch it first.
Ah, okay.
So
You don't need to launch it. You just drag it from the customs office right hand side. Sorry, the launch pad on the right hand side to the customs office on the left hand side.
Okay.
And do transfer.
Okay, so I'm grabbing and I'm clicking and dragging and letting go and nothing happens. Let's see.
Just
Oh,
click
there
it.
we go. I have to click on the name, not on its icon. Okay, I got it over there. So,
And click transfer.
okay. It's 1,000 disks to do so. Okay, now I can put it in there
Now you
and...
can drag it to your cargo.
Yep, okay, done. Wow, that was so much work for just 20 little biofuels, whatever they are. Let's see, how much, oh my god, look at that estimated price on how much it's worth. 1,980 ISK.
So your installation is worth a lot more
Yes,
that you placed on the planet.
I would say
You could do a
so.
lot more, but you would have to extract more materials and have more processors set up, and then you could times that by like, and it's still not that much.
Okay, well, that is interesting. Okay, well, success, I guess.
That was your basic introduction.
We've done it. Okay. So,
Yeah, because the high sec is the tax that's going to get you. That's why you want to do it in low sec or null sec.
Or a wormhole system.
When you get your Viator or whatever trained, and you can do that.
my Viator.
Yeah, you have one.
Transport ship.
Is that the one that I can cloak?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one I gave you.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm still 20 days away. I'm training that on my other character to be able to do that, and it's been a long haul to train that. I decided not to do it with my Markee Dragon character. I'm gonna go out and fight things with my Markee Dragon character. I'm not going to go out and try and
space trucker?
transport something that's really valuable. You know. There's just too much heat on this character with him having such a high bounty. So,
Good bounty.
yeah.
Well, it's not really that bad if you're not at war and in high sec.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet with my Markee Dragon character. You know, I'm really enjoying the faction warfare. I think that is just some fun stuff. But it's so hard to do with live streaming. I'd need to set a delay. If I'm going to do that live, actually what I need like a 20-minute delay, or a long enough delay that I can get out to a spot, I can take out the rats, and then I can capture the point and be moving on to the next one before people on the stream see where I'm actually at. And so
The only problem with that is they'll know the general area in which you're in and start hunting for you.
well, that may be, but I can tell you that my experience so far with a big stream delay is that people give up a lot quicker. So, it certainly helps.
If they have the standings for their mission corps or whatever, and you're spinning around a button for 15 minutes, they'll be able to find you with locator agents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm figuring like a 20-minute delay or something like that.
Well, I think the locator agents only show like the last station they docked in. Right?
No, it'll show you what system you currently are in.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So I don't know on that. I just have to try it and see how successful I am. I can put in a delay. The only thing is about the delays is that it causes a disconnect with everyone who's watching and myself. So if I see something in chat, then I say something. They're talking about something that happened 20 minutes ago, and then I say something and they see it 20 minutes after. It can get really extreme on that. So
you just have to make sure you block everything on your screen, like what the Vegeta Cam or the Vegeta Cam guys do.
Well, but Vegeta Cam,
everything.
He doesn't block everything. He has nothing on it.
Well, no. But when he's doing PvP, he has his local blocked. He has his map blocked. He has everything except him and his reticle for his ship. So
if you took your webcam display and put it up over the system name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he blocks RINs where it shows your route, where your agent information would be, where your mini-map would be, where your local is, where your everything, and all it is just where your ship would be seen right now. You wouldn't see anything else except your ship on the screen right now.
Yeah.
So many things would be blacked out.
Yeah, I mean, but you could do it. I mean, if he's live streaming,
500 by 500 square. I mean, at that point, why even bother streaming?
Because you get a lot of streams that way.
When you're warping, it's going to say warping 2 right in the center. You're going to have to cover that over.
I have seen some streamers who have text right smack dab in the middle of it to block something. It looks kind of funky, but I've seen it. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I don't know that I'm going to go that far, but okay.
That's without the delay. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Might be worth just doing an offline session rather
Right.
than doing a stream one.
Okay. It doesn't even look like, here's people selling them on the market. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. Am I just, okay, how do we got people down here that are buying stuff. I've actually never done this before. To use a buyer for something, so I can just offload it and not just trash it.
Well, you right-click it and you sell it, or right-click the item, you sell item, and then that'll pull up. It'll sell it to the highest buyer.
Maybe I don't have enough to sell because there's no sell on it.
You have to put it into the hanger.
Items.
Oh, I have to put it in the hanger. Okay. And then I have to find it. There it is. Happens. Okay, sell this item. And but this isn't. This is
If you go to simple,
simple.
on the lower right, there's a simple
Okay.
button,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll just sell it to the highest buyer that in your area, which they'll be the green ones. The green ones on the buyers,
Mhm.
those are the ones they're buying from your station. If
Okay.
there's a higher bidder that's gray, you would have to fly to that station or within 2 jumps of that station to sell it to that person.
Okay, well, it's gone.
Also, go to advanced.
Oh, I already did it.
Alright, go to advanced, and when you do that, make sure you put immediate sell, because if you put as what you've got in 3 months, then you'll actually be charged a fee.
Yeah.
If you do immediate, you don't get charged that 1.5% fee.
Okay. Well, it's done. I've got it out of my inventory. I am now a rich man. I've added 1,400 ISK to my balance. Oh my goodness!
I just covered your transfer fee.
You can retire now.
I can retire. Yes, I have now won EVE Online. I hit the end boss. Not really. So, okay.
You can now run CCP.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, now what to do next? Let's. I guess I'll look at my wormhole. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and end this episode. Maybe we'll. Let's see, what time is it? We'll do a couple drawings, and then we'll figure out what we'll do for the last episode. Try and find something fun. So.
Were you going to clean out your Summer Blink account?
I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So.
When you're drunk?
Yeah. No. I'm a.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody, thanks for watching this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow for another episode. And if you are watching live on Twitch right now, don't go anywhere. Just hang tight. When I come back, we're going to do a drawing for some more codes. So, take care, everybody.